The 2015 Tajima Rimac E-Runner Concept _1. Nobuhiro Monster Tajima, arguably one of the quickest drivers the world has seen, is returning to the 2015 Pikes Peak International Hill Climb with the Tajima Rimac E-Runner Concept _1. Developed and built by Nobuhiro's own shop, Monster Sport, in cooperation with Rimac Automobili, a Croatian manufacturer known for the Concept 1 electric supercar, the E-Runner Concept _1 is set to become the most powerful EVs to race at Pikes Peak. The project brings together not only Monster Tajima's storied experience with the race to the clouds, but also Rimac's state-of-the-art drivetrain technology, including its all-wheel torque vectoring system and small and light, but still efficient battery pack. Their goal is quite ambitious, to break the previous track record for electric vehicles. We are quite confident that Tajima Rimac E-Runner Concept _1 will break previous year's record. He is a great driver with tons of experience. With the support of our best engineers and technicians, our technology, powertrain, battery system and torque vectoring, he will be able to push the boundaries of electric race cars to a whole new level, said Rimac's founder Mate Rimac. The 2015 Pikes Peak International Hill Climb is scheduled to take place on June 28. Until then, let's have a closer look at the E-Runner Concept _1. Continue reading to learn more about the Tajima Rimac E-Runner Concept _1. Exterior. Although Tajima and Rimac released only one photo of the all-electric race car, it's enough to see that this vehicle was built to break records and top Pikes Peak at an incredible pace. Take the canopy off and this thing looks like a classic Can-Am car. Keep it on and it's some sort of Le Mans prototype. It's low-slung and aerodynamic, it has a massive splitter and sharp fender add-ons at the front, and a massive, low-mounted wing at the rear. In fact, scratch the Can-Am remark, the wing alone reminds me of the Jaguar XJR9 that won the 24 Hours of Le Mans and Daytona in the late 1980s. Besides sporting an aggressive appearance, the E-Runner Concept 1 also wears an appropriate racing livery. I just hate it when race cars wear dull liveries, but it's not the case here. Tajima's ride is wrapped in 3 shades of blue, including a French blue-like hue that reminds of classic Bugatti racers, complemented by white spots and a black and yellow wing. This is a car you simply can't miss running past you, despite its nearly silent drivetrain. Interior. As with most purpose-built race cars, the E-Runner's cockpit is focused on driver safety. Charging up Pikes Peak is quite dangerous, as one mistake is enough to send you tumbling downhill a long way. It happened several times recently and it was the safety equipment that allowed the drivers to survive. Although Tajima is among the most experienced drivers to race at Pikes Peak, you can never be too careful. The cabin's main features include a full roll cage, a bucket seat with 6-point harness, a quick-release steering wheel, and the necessary buttons and switches on a no-nonsense dashboard, if we can call it that. Drivetrain. This is where the E-Runner Concept _1 becomes truly spectacular. While Tajima's previous E-Runners were far from slow, the Concept _1 is the most powerful race car the Japanese driver has set foot in. Responsible for this are the 4 independent electric motors developed by Rimac. Mounted at each wheel and powered by a 57 kWh battery pack, the motors crank out a total of 1,474 horsepower and 1,106 pound-feet of torque. That's significantly more power than the Bugatti Veyron, the world's fastest production car, and more importantly, more than twice the power Tajima had in 2014, when he completed the course in 9 minutes, 43.90 seconds. The massive output and the technology behind the Concept _1 should enable Tajima to not only best his previous record, but also establish a new record in the electric class division. The Concept _1 also uses an innovative chain drive system instead of gearboxes and differentials, which Rimac says it was specifically developed for this project and saves a lot of weight and space. It also features an bespoke racing version of the Rimac all-wheel torque vectoring system, which can vary the torque on each wheel depending on the steering angle, speed, longitudinal and lateral forces, yaw rates, and several other variables. As far as performance goes, the Concept _1 is one crazy machine. Rimac says it will hit 62 miles per hour in 2.2 seconds and 124 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds. Top speed is less impressive at 167 miles per hour, but more than enough for a course such as Pikes Peak. The massive output and the technology behind the concept_1 should enable Tajima to not only best his previous record, but also establish a new record in the electric class division. The previous benchmark was established in 2014 by Greg Tracy in the Mitsubishi MEV Evolution 3. Trace's record sits at 9 minutes, 8.188 seconds, nearly 1 full minute behind the overall record set in 2013. Given Tajima won't have any technical issues, the concept_1, which weighs in at 3,307 pounds, has everything it takes to become the fastest EV to climb Pikes Peak in 2015. Drivetrain specifications. Competition. Mitsubishi MEV Evolution 3. Although this specific car won't compete in the 2015 Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, it's the vehicle Tajima and his e-runner concept_1 will try to dethrone on his way to setting a new course record for electric cars. The Evolution 3 was built around the same concept as the e-runner, using electric motors at all corners. However, the Mitsubishi was significantly less powerful, at only 611 horsepower. Driven by American driver Greg Tracy, the Evolution 3 completed the race to the clouds in 9 minutes and 8.188 seconds, crossing the finish line in second place overall, only a little more than 2 seconds behind the winner. Read our full review here. EOPPO3. The PPO3 is one of third EVs to run in the electric modified class in 2015 and possibly Tajima's main competitor for the record. Unlike the concept_1, the PPO3 uses 6 electric motors powered by a 50 kWh battery pack. Although it's slightly less powerful than the e-runner at 1,367 horsepower, the PPO3's peak torque of 1,593 should make a difference up the hill. Not to mention it's more than 600 pounds lighter than the concept_1 at 2,646 pounds. The EOPPO3 will be driven by Rhys Millen, who has previously raced a modified Hyundai Genesis Coupe at Pikes Peak, on top of being a Global Rallycross Championship regular from 2011. Conclusion. The fact that the e-runner concept_1 has more than twice the amount of power than any other EV ran in the Pikes Peak hill climb as of 2015 speaks volumes about how far electric cars have evolved recently. This thing is more powerful than a Bugatti Veyron, and although some might argue it's just a race car, I bet it won't be long until this technology trickles onto a production, road-legal vehicle that will smash Guinness records. Meanwhile, the concept_1 is out to set a new Pikes Peak record, and with Nobuhiro Monster Tajima himself behind the wheel, we have every chance to witness history in the making at the 2015 Pikes Peak hill climb. Love it. Mind-boggling output figures. Radical racing design driven by Monster Tajima himself, likely to set a new Pikes Peak record for EVs. Leave it. Stiff competition from EOPPO3. Technical problems can ruin a record-setting run before it even begins.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.